one.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? It's your boy Big Cal, man.
He's saying to stay down, but do you run? Do you stay down? Do you crawl? You don't know what to do?
Yeah, it's terrifying. I'm sorry you guys had
Oh
to go through
man,
that
it's your
today
boy
when you
Big
just went to
Cal,
go,
boy.
hear somebody speak. When the
It's your boy Big Cal, man. TMP, man. You know it's your boy, the conservative hitter, the king of controversy, controversial Cal, man. Tap in with me. Tap in with me. Say a prayer. Kirk was shot. I'm gonna give a little bit of time, let folks pile on in here, man. We're gonna have a discussion about this situation. This, shout out to where I'm at, Colorado. We in the area, we in the scene, we in the jungle out here, man. One state over from where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Y'all tap in with me today, man. We gotta have this discussion. Gotta have this discussion, man. This political discussion needs to be had. So we gotta have it, man. I'm gonna take my time with this one, man, because this is a sad situation developing out of Utah, man. Out of a university in Utah. I don't really know exactly the name. We're gonna get to it though. Being shot at Utah. Wild. Utah Valley University. Y'all pile on in here, man. We got to talk about this situation today, man, that transpired today in at Utah Valley University. Charlie Kirk losing his life apparently at the age of 31. When it says he saw Charlie Kirk go limp after being shot. Wow. That's wild, dude. America, we got to talk about this liberal thing going on in America, man. We got to have a discussion about it. Get people to tap on in here, man, because I've been talking, I'm actually a fan of Charlie Kirk's. Not going to sit here and lie to you. Actually a fan of Charlie Kirk's, man. We're going to see if we can get people to tap on in here. We're going to have this conversation. Damn, I got to fix that typo. Oh, man. Excuse that typo, man. RIP Charlie Kirk discussing hate and gun violence over political. Excuse that typo, man. RIP Charlie Kirk discussing hate and gun violence over political. Over political rhetoric, man. We're gonna talk about this shit, man. Y'all pile on here. Let's talk about this, man. We need a black conservative thought on this situation when this was going on and transpiring, man. This is a sad issue, man. Shout out to Charlie Kirk, man. Like I said, I was a follower of his as far as online. Shit, I always wanted to, shout out to a conservative viewpoint. Hell, man, I wish I could have worked with the brother. You know what I'm saying? I love some of his viewpoints on anti-abortion. I love some of his viewpoints just on, where, he's talking about just the black community in some ways. It was here nor there. I rock with it. But it's sad, man. It's a sad situation to see this transpiring out here in America, man. Because I sit here, I talk about the liberal white man all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's ironic. We just fail to think about the violence. When we think about violence in America, what do we think about? We think about a conservative man, a guy with a redneck with a skull tobacco in his lip. Got a little dip in his mouth. riding around in a I guess kind of like that Drewski character. If y'all was watching that, when you think about violence or what they want to perpetuate, the image of violence in America is some gun-toting white man, conservative white man, but it's really the liberals who are some of the most violent people in America. Just being honest, like as far as just the way in which they're willing to get what they want, they're really some of the most violent folks in America, man. The liberal Caucasian male, and a lot of times they're older, elderly male. So like they violent, they don't live their lives, they crazy, like they're willing to crash out. You know what I'm saying, for what they believe in. A lot of them are just counterculture. You know what I'm saying? They into all type of crazy fetish type things, and like I said, out here in this area, man, it's just the most liberal area of America. It's America's Anus out here, man. Utah, Colorado. You know what I'm saying? It's America's Anus out here, dog. Like just the West Coast, like just a lot of degeneracy and debauchery out here, man.
For far too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people, really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists, and they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and
These are facts. Trump is spitting straight facts here. Hit that like button. These are straight facts, man. Hug a thug is a real thing in America right now. The hug a thug policy, where they catch and release a lot of these criminals, it's a big thing, man. Like I said, shout out to Charlie Kirk. He was one of the people that was actually speaking on things like this. The immigration issue. These are things that I also speak on and talk about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these things people want to silence, man. They don't want to talk about these issues. A conservative viewpoint is attacked in America. It's constantly under threat. It's constantly under attack in America. They don't want to hear this mindset, this perspective, just a logical viewpoint of life. They don't want to hear. They want to live a sadistic, satanic lifestyle, and they don't want to be even questioned. They don't even want you to have to make a logical viewpoint that counters their argument of how they live in their way of life, because it's too much for them in their cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm saying? They can't stand that. They can't stand being wrong mentally. They can't stand being challenged, being questioned, being called to look internally and see why do you think and why are you this way. And when they're challenged, they become violent, because once that cognitive dissonance is poked at, then they become violent. Then they lash out. Then they firing at Trump's ear. Their situations with Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? There's you see situations like out here in Boulder, Colorado, where it's right near me. Immigrants trying to do mass chaos. There's an immigrant that tried to set people on fire. He tried to blow up a pipe bomb or some type of deal. Or he had like a improvised flamethrower, and luckily nobody passed, but people were very much injured. So it's just situations like this in America where when we question a lot of these situations as to why is it such a big influx of immigrants here, illegal immigrants, all this, just stuff like this, and we just want these people to go back to their country. A lot of people that are American citizens are fighting tooth and nail to continue to have this country be in a degenerate way and be in a violent, uncontrollable type situation. So it's very disheartening.
killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems.
It's crazy. Like I said this other day, man, that depiction right there, just that image right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes black folks look horrible, man. People like me with people with locks and dreads, make us look fucking horrible, dude. Like this is just a horrible depiction of the black man. You know what I'm saying? Makes me definitely want to cut off my locks. When you just think about people like this, man. Like, Lord.
With a magnificent future.
Talk about Charlie Kirk, though.
And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout.
Yeah, that's wild, man. But let's talk about this Charlie
Search
Kirk
going
shit.
on that campus currently?
That's exactly right. As we're talking right now, police are going building to building, room to room, to safely evacuate students, faculty, and staff. That the students were told to hunker down and wait for police to find them and securely evacuate them. That, of course, was immediately following the sort of race to leave that initial area, that grassy open field that we were just looking at. So while there was chaos, then police stepped in to go building to building. That also suggests that there is not necessarily a neutralized threat. We don't know.
Man, I'm hoping that picture that they have out there circulating is the right shooter. Cause damn, a lot of folks is making mistakes. I mean, who knows? That's what they put out there as the shooter. You know, that older guy. So, but I mean, in all honesty, out there in Utah, you know what I'm saying, 9 times out of 10 it's a white person. You know what I'm saying, that shot Charlie Kirk either way, man. So hopefully they find out who did that. But man, this is just a sad situation, man. You know what I'm saying? I just, you got to have some type of a heart. You see online all the just the vitriol going toward him, man. Just the people being happy that he's dead, and man, America's a fucked up place, man. It's fucked up.
But it appears that there could be a suspect still at large as we are speaking right now.
And that is very startling news indeed, Anna. But it's important to convey to the audience that this is an evolving, ongoing law enforcement situation in that community. And we will keep you up to date. And Anna, if you get anything else on that front, you can let us know and we'll come back to you straight away. Anna Schechter, as always, thank you so very much. Christian Overton joins me now. He was a witness to the shooting. Christian, I'm very, very sorry. You saw what you saw. You experienced what you experienced.
Welcome into CBS News 24/7. Breaking news out of Utah. We continue this developing story at this hour. Turning Point USA founder and CEO and right-wing activist Charlie Kirk has been shot during an event at Utah Valley University. Now, Kirk was at the university as part of Turning Point's The American Comeback Tour. So for background, Charlie Kirk, he's a conservative political activist and podcast host. He co-founded Turning Point USA. It's an organization that advocates for conservative politics in high schools and colleges. He has more than 5 million followers on X and more than 7 million on TikTok. He is an ally of President Trump, who spoke at a Turning Point USA conference in Arizona. Now, 2 women who were in the crowd at the...
I'm gonna be honest, man. One of Charlie Kirk's best attributes is just being able to move the crowd just emotionally through his, his speech. That's one of the biggest things. Emotionally, man, he was able to move people emotionally, positively or negatively. So I feel like that today is something that's definitely an asset, you know what I'm saying, as far as for social media and online, you know what I'm saying, success. Just being able to control the masses, you know what I'm saying? Being able to use your intellect to, just move people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one of the best things that he honestly did. And it's probably one of the things that made him so, popular. Just being able to move people emotionally. And man, we live in a time where we live in a crazy time where emotions are unchecked on all sides. You know what I'm saying? Politics, emotions are running high. Man, politics is just a divisive tool, and it's just a wild situation going on in America, man. Like, this shit is just deplorable, man. Like I said, man, I might have to look up some shit. Like I said, let me look up some. Let me just play some Charlie Kirk's type, some shit from Charlie Kirk, man. But
if you love America and believe in the values that made it great, join AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. AMAC is the conservative alternative to AARP, and it's not just for seniors, it's for anyone who believes in faith, family, and freedom. Members get exclusive discounts, helpful resources, and the excellent AMAC magazine delivered to your door. And
the crazy part is he would literally go to some of the most liberal places in America spewing this conservative mindset, man. Like, I'm just being honest. That's just the most alarming thing to me. Why would you go to some of these places? San Diego, you know what I'm saying? What is this? University of California, San Diego. Like, he goes to some of the most conservative places spewing at some of this stuff he's saying. It's crazy as hell.
Now you can join for as little as big.
And so for over 10 plus years, I identified as a gay man, and then I gave my life to Jesus and left the LGBTQ plus community.
Man, what the fuck? See, like you speaking to folks like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, how confused of a man you got to be to talk about you 10 years you was gay, now you're not gay. Like, bro, what the fuck kind of shit going on in America? Like this, I would guarantee the person that shot him was probably a gay person, bro. Like, in my opinion, gay people are some of the most confused, angry, mentally just distraught people on this planet. Honestly, man. Like, I'm just being honest, man. Like, they can't take logic, and that's all he fucking taught was logic. So it's just like naturally he was gonna cause conflict with a lot of folks. You know what I'm saying? He says that you shouldn't execute children, and people have give him flack about that. Talks about how black families and black mothers and fathers should stick together. People gave him flack on that. It's like everything this guy had to say, you know what I'm saying, is just countered, you know what I'm saying, with some type of flack and anger and anger.
And my question to you is, what is your response to those who say that conservatives and God hates everyone in the LGBTQ plus community?
See, cause that's what they really care about. Like, that's the crazy part, man. Like, that's what they really care about is other people's opinions all day, every day. Like the LGBT community, all they do is care about what other people think about them, and that's why nobody really respects the goings on of the LGBT plus community, because like y'all are insecure weirdos, just like half of America. Y'all care so much about being accepted. Y'all care about what people think that God loves y'all. Man, y'all believe what the fuck y'all want to believe. You already taking dicks in the ass and being weirdos. Like, to me, I don't understand this world that we living in, man. This is conservative. This is TNP, man. True Masculinity Podcast, Controversial Cow. I don't understand this world we're living in right now. I am fucking confused. I'm born 1989. Charlie Kirk was born 1993. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit older than Charlie Kirk and 4 years older than Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Man, like, bruh, what are we doing? Like, I completely understand why. That's why I said I was a supporter of Charlie Kirk, man. That's why the shit bothers me, man, because I did like a lot of the shit he was saying, man. It was hitting home for me. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, that's the same stuff I talk about daily on my podcast, you know, on TNP. Hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to TNP too for me, man. Show some love, man. But like, bro, just some of the people he had on his show or on his, you know what I'm saying, on his tour, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, God damn, like, bro, he literally used this guy for like, you know, content. Like you ever asking him, like, what kind of question is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck kind of weird ass question, liberal ass, fruit booty question is this? Like, do conservatives think that LGBT people aren't loved by God and stuff? Like, what kind of insecure weirdo ass question are you asking, bro? This is being real, man. Hit that like button. But like, this is why Charlie Kirk was so this is why he was so polarizing. You know what I'm saying? This is why Charlie Kirk was so polarizing, because I just can't wait to see what he has to say right here.
Well, I think it'd actually be better for you to respond to that because you've received it and you're no longer of that. Here's the true but more provocative answer: that your identity should not be in your sexual proclivity. It should actually be your identity is much greater than just what you do in the bedroom. Being gay is a behavior more than anything else, and you, I guess, are evidence. And I'd love to hear your story that you could stop acting on that behavior. So tell the audience more about. You would identify as gay and as not. Tell us about that path and that journey, because I'm told that can never happen.
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of people tell me that.
Can't ever happen, nigga. This nigga sassy than the motherfucker, man. Nigga goddamn still backdoor you, bro. I don't know what the hell be up with people, bro. Like, America's just the most liberal, weird-ass, suck-ass fucking continent. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, I ain't bashing gay people, but, bro, like, nigga, what the fuck kind of insecure? This is how I feel about a lot of them. They insecure and they care so much about other people think about them, then they get violent and angry. That's just the facts. Like, if you're so secure in your sexuality and who you are, why do you care so much if conservative people don't value you or think that you're ungodly? Why the fuck do you give a shit? Like, if you're already living an ungodly lifestyle biblically, why the fuck do you care about what people think about you? Shouldn't you worry about what God thinks about you? Ain't that the natural order of things? Like, why? This is why people like that and people that live like for the people that come on here and just yell about being pro-abortion and all this shit, they're just so angry and emotional because, you know what I'm saying, they probably have a rat in the race or a dog in the race, excuse me, they're in this rat race, but they got a dog in the race, and they understand, like, Like they just trying to cover their bases. They're trying to cover what they condone. Basically, they want to cover and support what they condone. So it's just a wild situation. Like me personally, I don't think you can be gay and then turn back. That's just me. Like once you do that, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Consciously, once you don't been that and did that, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Period. So
You are what you feel. You are your attractions. You know, you're quote unquote born with it. You know, there's just many reasons why you have same sex attraction that will never leave you, and that is who you will always be. And I believe that lie for almost 10 plus years of my life. I slept with men many times, watched a lot of porn, dwelt in a lot of sexual sin, and just gave my body up because that's what I thought love was. And that's what I thought it looked like.
what the fuck, man? Like I said, bro, this is a black man in America, bro. And that's why people like me, TNP, hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button and please subscribe, man. It's your boy Big Cal, Controversial Cal. This is why Controversial Cal, man. People like Charlie Kirk, me, I'm a conservative mindset. I'm a conservative viewpoint, man, all day, every day, man. And you can't change my viewpoint. I don't care who you are or what you think. The mindset of me, Calvin, Big Cal, matters. You know what I'm saying? This mindset is going to change, to help change the country, just like how Charlie Kirk did. You know what I'm saying? He started at a small level, then he built his way up to that empire that he did before he had to be snuffed out because people don't want to hear the truth. And me personally, I'm sure Charlie Kirk is the same type of guy as me, and has the same warrior spirit where, shout out, he has that same warrior spirit where I'm sure he was willing to lay his life on the line for telling the truth because he's one of God's warriors. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Charlie Kirk. That's one of God's warriors. When you're not afraid of this status quo of this world of Sodom and Gomorrah, that's how you know you're one of God's warriors. I'm gonna say that. Let me say that here and clear, because the people in America will try to conflate things. They'll try to say understanding and not being controversial and not having pushback to certain lifestyles and rhetorics. That means that you're ungodly. That means that you're ungodly. They've switched up the word of God, for one. The word of God means nothing to a lot of people. That's first and foremost. The word of God means nothing to a lot of people in America. It's nothing but for show and for fodder. Because you got to think like this. If you are a person like Charlie Kirk, like Big Cal, Controversial Cal, and you're a person that's willing to speak up and against the sadistic lifestyle that's being perpetuated on the youth of America, because at one point this black man right here was a young man, but he like he said, he had 10 years living a demonic alternative lifestyle. So before he said he changed his sexual preferences to be straight or whatever he says, bruh, it's just a wild situation in America where Charlie Kirk will be vilified for speaking up against speaking biblical word can have you vilified. Speaking logic can have you vilified, as far as saying I do not condone the death and the murder of unborn children. That will have you vilified. That will have you feeling as if you're a monster. They'll say you're ungodly for speaking up on a woman's body. They'll say you deserve death. They'll say they want to do harm and conflict to your life. When you speak up against sadistic things, ungodly things, same-sex marriages, things like that, you're termed and you're deemed as evil. You're deemed as ungodly. So it's really a mindfuck, you know what I'm saying? Where if you look online, you just see how hateful a lot of these people are. And I feel like, they're supposed to be gay and LGBT, ain't they supposed to be the most happiest people on this earth? Aren't they supposed to be living in what they say, what they were born in, the natural way in which God designed them? If that's true, you know what I'm saying? Why do you care so much about what other people are saying online? Why do you care about their opinions? Why do you care about what people say as far as like conservative people? Why do you care about if people are negative or anti-abortion? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you care? Why do you care if somebody is anti-LGBT plus and they just don't condone it? They just don't condone it. That's all, you know what I'm saying? They don't want their children to live that lifestyle. They don't want that lifestyle to be perpetuated and pushed on them and their kids and their and just to be put in cartoons and shows and all type of stuff like that. Why is he ungodly? You know what I'm saying? Why do you care? So it just shows already due to the insecurities that you're already living a satanic, wrong, incorrect lifestyle when you can't even deal with the choices you make. When somebody just tells you, I think abortion is wrong, it does something to your cognitive dissonance to where you're enraged. Because now you ever think about the 4, 5, 12 abortions you had. When I say I don't believe that you're born gay and this is a choice, like shout out Charlie Kirk, like he said. Now he's wrong. Now I'm wrong. Now he's the devil. He's evil because he said something similar to that. You want to harm him. You think It's crazy. Hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button.
So I met Jesus, and he helped me to see that I was never meant to identify as a gay man, but I was always meant to be a son of his, and have a new identity and a new life in him. And I walked away from that lifestyle for over 5+ years now, and I have never looked back because Jesus is way better than the sexuality that I was partaking in.
Praise God.
I don't see what Jesus has to do with that with that lifestyle that you're taking. That's your personal choice as a man. You chose that. What does Jesus have to do with you? The personal choices that you made in your lifestyle. Well, you were confused because you was probably raised in a single mama household or with some weirdo people or weirdo family members and didn't raise you right. You know what I'm saying? What does that have to do with the Lord Jesus Christ? He didn't choose that for you. You chose that. So that's crazy. Talking about the lifestyle was better. Choosing God. Choosing God is always better. Choosing God is better than anything. What are you talking about?
Are you happier and more joyful that you're no longer participating in a homosexual lifestyle?
Oh, 100%. Like before I met Jesus, I was filled with so much depression, anxiety.
I say, man, thank you. I say this all the time. I'm gonna tell you this one experience I had with a guy that was driving Uber, man. This nigga, he was obviously LGBT, man, but he had a problem because like I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I had you know, you know what I'm saying? I had to let people smoke in my vehicle. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I thought I had got it all, but man, I'm trying to tell you, there's some of the most. He acted kind and nice the whole ride, and then he tried to report me. That was my only way of making money at that time. But I'm telling you, what I'm saying is, a lot of homosexual people, they put on this front as if they're so happy, but they're some of the most depressed, sad, demonic, you know, evil people that you can know, bro. Because they hate their lifestyle, they hate who they are. They can't look at themselves in the mirror. That's why if simply saying things like conservatives don't like or don't believe in biblically that gay people are Christian or Christ-like, man, just saying simple shit like that, like it bothers the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit's crazy as hell. But like they are not good people, man. I'm just being honest. Like I don't just being honest. It was a black guy too, so I think black male gay niggas are some of the most evil niggas too. Like them niggas be angry and you know, lesbians. That's neither here nor there. You know, they come back and have kids and you know all that shit. But a man having sex with a man is just demonic, bro, and it's sadistic, bro, to me, satanic. But listen to this guy. You know, no offense if any gay people out there, is what it is. But this dude literally said he was depressed, angry, bro. That's how they be looking, bro. None of them be really looking happy. I'm just being honest. None of them people that live them alternative lifestyles really be looking happy. I've seen some. I work with some. I work with teachers that were of that situation. I work with transsexual teachers out here, man. Like out here in Colorado, I've actually literally taught for LGBT transsexual teacher out here in Colorado, man. You know what I'm saying? Wildest shit I ever seen being a man from North Carolina. But their eyes look so sad and depressed. Like I'm telling you, I'm just not even trying to rag on homosexual people, man. I don't got nothing but love for them, man. I know I'm probably losing some people with that, and I don't really care, man. But I'm just being honest. This guy said it right here. Listen.
Are you happier and more joyful that you're no longer participating in a homosexual lifestyle?
Oh, 100%. Like before I met Jesus, I was filled with so much depression, anxiety. I wanted to kill myself multiple days of the week, but
bruh, I said that shit, and this, like I said, I don't really know nothing about them, but you can see in their eyes, man. I'm like an empath, you know what I'm saying? You can just see in a lot of homosexual people's eyes, they look so sad. They look like it just look traumatized. That's the best way I can say it. They look sad, look traumatized. They look as if you're judging them, and that's the crazy shit. They look at you like you judging them when you just like treat them like another human being. They want you to call them by their pronouns, do all this, jump over backwards for them. I'm not doing that. You're just a person just like me. Like just because you are flashing your sexuality all over the fucking place. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Joanna man ass motherfucker, you want me to them indulge in your insanity. Get the fuck out of my face. I don't have to do that. Like that's not my American right to tap dance on your insecurities. I'm gonna to dance around and tap dance around your insecurities. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I'm not getting paid to do that shit. Like that's why I fuck with Charlie Kirk, man. Because some people, man, you gotta have some tough love out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I rock with Charlie Kirk, man. R.I.P. to that brother. That's why I rock with Charlie Kirk, man. Because man, you're not always gonna be liked out here, man. Life, man. That's just real. But as long as you're going doing God's work, God's gonna end up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be good spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like this shell, they can. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing they can take away from this man. His spirit still lives on. You know what I'm saying? His message still lives on. You know what I'm saying? It's going to still be people like, I've been on this conservative mindset. You know what I'm saying? So to see somebody like this come along, it's just saddening to see him lose his life this way. But man, it's just wild, man. We're living in a crazy ass world, man, today. Living in a crazy ass world.
Jesus came and healed all the brokenness inside of me, and I love being a son of his rather than identifying as a gay man.
Well, and so to answer your question, there is not hatred. There is still what we have as conservatives and Christians is a simple understanding that God has a certain sexual ethic that we should try to abide by. Everybody has temptations that you have. They have proclivities that you have. Some people are more likely to gamble. Some people are more likely to be compulsive liars. You don't have to act on those temptations. I am curious though, so in your own sexuality right now, do you still feel attracted to men? And I'm asking because just because you feel an attraction doesn't mean you need to act on it. Is that correct?
Yeah, so yes, I would say that I still do have attractions towards men. It's not as much as it used to be 5 years ago, but I've learned that it's not really about whether or not I have attractions towards men still. It's more so about whether I have a relationship with Jesus, which I do, and that relationship with him far exceeds any attractions that I acted on in the past. And my life with him is so much better. And just because you become a Christian, leaving the LGBTQ plus community, that doesn't mean that your same-sex attractions will go away, but it does mean that you will have a God who loves you, who will walk with you, and who will give you eternal life through him.
And let me just say one other thing, very important thing. We want people.
Man, people are crazy in this world, bro. Like, no offense to this young man, but people are crazy in this world, dude. And this is the type of people that we got to live with, man. These are gun-toting American citizens that can deal out here and do something to you, that think this way logically. And what Charlie Kirk would do was just simply use logic and twist the lens around so you can see it from his perspective, so you can have a little, you know what I'm saying, a little empathy, little understanding, so you can see it through their lens, through his lens, and that would just disturb the shit out of people, man. Like it really would. It would just you could just see it, like people could not deal with their own insecurities. And that's just really what people like me, people like Charlie Kirk, conservative mindset, we just use common sense and logic and we just twist that thing, you know what I'm saying? And we just want y'all to see it from our perspectives. It's something other than your own skewed, debaucherous mindset. See it from another perspective, you know what I'm saying? And then that's really what kills folks.
To be free from sin, because sin means suffering, and then when you are captive to sin. For example, I, like many men in this audience, struggled with pornography, 10 years ago, whatever, getting through that. We all have something we struggle with. You should never affirm the struggle. You should try to break free of the struggle, and only Christ Jesus is able to do that. Thank you so much for your time today.
Can I get a hat?
You. Yes, thank you.
Yes, let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So nervous. Sorry, it's first time. A little nervous. All right, so I have a friend named Thomas Sheedy. He is the founder of an organization called Atheists for Liberty. He is openly conservative, but he's mostly interested in atheist activism and normalizing atheism.
TikTok has helped U.S. businesses generate over $24 billion for the U.S. economy. That's real money flowing into small.
And this is why I want him to win. Not so Charlie Kirk ended up there. I'm not with people dying like that. I wish, the way I see things, there's a better way to resolve issues than killing somebody.
I agree, Duane B. I agree wholeheartedly, man. Hit that like button for me, man. But yeah, let me see if I can find some more shit, man. But it is really very disturbing that we live in a world like this where, man, people just can't take a loss. People can't take a loss. People can't take having a civil discussion without it turning violent. And like I said, man, it's just sad that we live in a country where we got straight up Neanderthal crazy people with weapons out here. You know what I'm saying? People that literally, men that think they're women that can be allowed to have firearms. You know what I'm saying? Women that think they're men that can have firearms. Like what kind of world are we living in, dude?
And welcome back to ABC News Live. We continue.
Oh no, I ain't watching that shit no more. That shit is graphic and sad, bro.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Maurice Dubois. Political violence in America this afternoon. Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has been shot during an event at Utah Valley University. CBS News has learned a single shot was fired on campus toward Kirk. These are photos of him from prior events. We do not know the extent of Kirk's injuries. The University Alert says a suspect is in custody and police are investigating. Let's go to Justice correspondent Scott McFarland now. Scott, what are you learning?
This is a publicly advertised event by this conservative media icon, Charlie Kirk. It began at 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 12 p.m. local time in Utah. A public speech in front of a large crowd at Utah Valley University, an enormous school in central Utah. The FBI director, Kash Patel, has issued a statement saying, "We're closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University." The governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, says, "I'm being briefed by law enforcement following the violence directed at Charlie Kirk during his visit to Utah Valley University today." The law enforcement presence there is likely to include the FBI, and Utah Valley University has a police force, so does the community of Orrin, Utah. But at this point, we're going to lean on what the FBI and governor are saying, that
it's crazy. Even on a campus at a major university in Utah, you're not protected. Like, man, I know campuses are wide open and you can't. It's very, very hard to check for weapons and things of that nature. But just to be gunned down in a public area like that, it's real troubling, and it speaks volumes for the gun violence problem in America. Just being honest, you know what I'm saying? Everybody loves their guns, but man, everybody cannot handle the responsibility of operating and having a weapon. It's too many emotional folks. Too many politically, emotionally charged folks. It's just, we're living in some turbulent times right now where people's mental health, I feel like, is declining. And, man, they're just acting on how they feel instead of, using their rational mind to, discern and go through processes. It's a wild situation, man. Wild.
this is a violent act that involved Charlie Kirk. His remarks have ended as the violence broke out there in Orrin, Utah. Maurice.
Scott, best you can tell at this point, obviously very early in the investigation and the situation, but it appears single gunman, single shot. Is that correct?
Well, the videos that are coming in, which we are working with our CBS News team, confirmed team to verify, have sounds in them consistent with gunshots, but we're going to leave that until we get further confirmation of the videos coming in. This is a rally of sorts. Everybody there seemingly would have some phone. There's video, there's audio. In fact, to get into this event today, you had to acknowledge that the videos of you would be usable for Charlie Kirk and his team. This is a heavily photographed event, but we'll be cautious right now with the videos we see coming in voluminously from sources at the scene.
Okay, Scott McFarland, thank you. And it does not appear at this point that anyone else has been hurt, again, as best we can tell. We do have video that has come into our newsroom. This is the event in Utah. Kirk speaking. A shot is heard, and then we stop the video here before he is struck, and he falls out of sight. And the people who took this video scrambled to get away to some kind of safety. Obviously, a lot of panic, a lot of fear, and people trying to just get out of there once this shooting went down. Our senior White House and political correspondent, Ed O'Keefe. Ed, what are you learning this afternoon? And if not, what do you know? What we can put some context into.
Whatever it was, like a sniper shot hit him. It looked like a sniper shot, 2 through 3. Like I said, I'm not putting that video up on this video at all. I ain't circulating that shit on my channel, man. That shit was gruesome. Y'all go look at it if y'all want to really give a shit about it, man. This was a senseless violence, man. Continued senseless violence. And it's like, we love to point the racial element all the time, man. But, they say, crime is interracial, man, like intraracial. Shoot, we can't really, our own kind is going to be the more than likely one that takes us out a lot of times. So if it's a situation of gun violence, are the ones that try to do violence to you. So, yeah, man, it's just sad, you know what I'm saying, that people can have civil discourse in this time and age, man. You know what I'm saying? Simple words cause people to want to enact violence.
Charlie Kirk's status as a conservative political activist.
Yeah, let's do that first, Maurice, because I think there may be many people watching right now wondering, why would we interrupt to share this information. Charlie Kirk is a 31-year-old originally from the Chicago suburbs, an incredibly influential figure in conservative politics. Bottom line this for you, to give you a sense of how influential. He was meeting last fall during the presidential transition with President Trump to pick cabinet nominees. He's a close friend of Donald Trump Jr., who was among those pushing the now president to pick J.D. Vance as his running mate. He flew with the vice president to Greenland when the administration...
It's really kind of hard to respect liberalism. It's really hard to respect liberalism when shit like this happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad dude had to be a martyr, it seems like, for the conservative mindset and values of America. But man, it's liberal. I say this all the time. The liberal is the most violent person in America, man. Bar none. They're the most just obnoxious, entitled. They think they know black folks more than black folks. Shout out to Biden. Bitch ass motherfucker talking about if you don't vote for him, you're not black. Like a liberal is one of the worst people ever, man. They don't live in reality. They want to confuse and use propaganda and chaos to manipulate the masses, use emotions to trigger you, identity politics, things like that, man. Things game is easily ran on the masses. That's what liberalism. Liberalism tells you to do what you want and to hell with the consequences. Then they also arrest your ass when you are fucked up mentally and trying to pick yourself up from the consequences of what the lifestyle they told you to live. You know what I'm saying? That's just facts. You know what I'm saying? All right, hell, they might let you out over and over and over again. That's also a fact. Liberals are, like I said, soft on crime. They might do some shit and let you right the fuck out, but they won't help you mentally. You'll be fucked up. You'll be spinning your tires in the mud. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the fact. You'll be killing baby after baby. You'll be a single woman out here living with a feminist mindset with no man. And you know what I'm saying? You have one of these college girl mindsets, having abortion after abortion, killing children and stuff. You're just gonna be fucked up. So.
was making that an issue earlier this year, and he's someone who has helped rally tens of thousands, if not millions, of younger conservative voters in this country to the Republican cause. This gathering that was being held here at the university in Utah includes what's called a prove me wrong table, where he sits there, as you see in this video, and in essence tries to debate issues with people who disagree with him. It's become a popular production or a popular element of his social media work. And part of what draws younger people to these events is to watch him sort of refute or push back on issues or topics that he may have a disagreement with the person, but all meant to spark conversation and make people think. This is video, as we understand it, that was shot earlier today at the beginning of this event, and this was the kickoff for it. Now, There was reporting in recent days in Utah about concern among students at this university about having Kirk hold this event on the campus for what he calls the American Comeback Tour. This was to be the first stop in that tour, where reportedly thousands of students had signed a petition requesting that they bar Kirk from holding this event. And he spoke about it with the
What the fuck? People are crazy, man.
Utah Republican Senator Mike Lee on Kirk's podcast last week, where they said, find it interesting that there's such opposition, but Lee encouraged him to go. So he's a controversial figure to those not in the conservative movement who disagree strongly with his views and those of President Trump, but an incredibly popular and essential figure in the Trump movement in recent years, and someone who virtually all Republican leaders would point to as someone who has brought new support, especially among young.
So Trump got clipped, and they ended Charlie Kirk. I feel like it does seem like, it's a lot of political moves out here being made, though. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, America is a big, in my opinion, play. It's a big orchestrated play, in my opinion. So you also got to always realize that making Charlie Kirk a martyr will be the perfect chess piece right now, as far as, just being honest. Just putting my aluminum foil cap on, you know what I'm saying, as far as being a conspiracy theorist. I'm just being 100% honest that, using him as a martyr would be a very, very smooth plan of attack for the conservatives. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. It would be a very, very smooth and intelligent plan of attack for them at this current juncture, as far as just to garner support You know, just even from bipartisan support and win over folks. Because this is some, just optically, it's some chaotic ish right here. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to put this out there. I hate to be that conspiracy theorist and person like that, but just making him a martyr right here, Charlie Kirk, at this height of where he's at. You know, it was on South Park. You know, Cartman they had the parody on South Park with him, and just it actually works, smoothingly well for the conservatives and for their viewpoint right now.
Male voters to the Trump campaign and continue to back that coalition, Maurice.
Yeah, and speaking of which, Charlie Kirk, 31 years old. President Trump responding and reacting on social media. Here are his words. We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top.
Because the Trump could be a propaganda, but this could be sometimes somebody has to go. That's just how that's how political moves and stuff like that work. You know what I'm saying? Like all the way back to Abraham Lincoln, whoever, John Wilkes Booth, an actor. This whole thing is a great play out here in life. Art imitates life, and I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? They might have, they could have known something but didn't do nothing. Who knows? But I do feel like this is a powerful key moment, for the conservative mindset right here, because this immediately it makes the leftists a enemy. It draws a line, and it just immediately sparks the conversation as far as this liberal mindset and how they are definitely violent. They're definitely this Antifa mindset. They're definitely pro chaos. Antifa, all that. They're pro chaos. They're anti-family. They're anti-God. You know what I'm saying? They're anti-order. When they don't get their way, they're the anarchists. They're the ones that want to overthrow the government. Similar to, they want to paint it like it's the conservative, but the conservative, like I said, they did have that issue in January where they had that situation where they stormed the Capitol. But if you want to talk about real violence, because they weren't even violent, they were just trying to break into the Capitol. They didn't do it. When we want to talk about real violence, it is the people that are anti-gay. I mean, it's the people that's pro-LGBT, the pro-abortionists. These are the people that are really violent. Just being honest.
Bottom, the president says, God bless him. Ed, when you go to a Charlie Kirk event, I don't know if you have, we're talking about thousands of people, like a rock star.
Yes, and this was, again, the start of what he calls the American Comeback Tour, was designed to draw thousands of young people to the event, as you see here, again, in this footage that we understand is from earlier today as it was beginning. He is very popular with younger men in this country, with college-aged voters, college-aged people, because of...
And that's why he was going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? He was going to be a problem. So this is only martyrizing Charlie Kirk and using him as a martyr. I don't know if that's a use, but using him as a martyr is only going to as you said, he has a younger following. It's actually a political win for the conservatives. You know what I'm saying? The older heads, stuff like that, the Trumps. So you just can't really. I mean, like I ain't gonna say too much, man, but you really can't be careful or too inconspicuous. You know what I'm saying? Or just too unassuming of folks and what they're capable of. You know what I'm saying? Because what is this going to do? It's going to put a battery in the back of the young conservative folks that are out here. It's going to put a battery in their back. It's going to charge them up. They're going to come out voting in drones. It actually kind of solidifies the conservative future by executing or having someone of this importance, this magnitude, losing their life the way in which he lost it. It's going to charge the young conservative population of America. And they know this. You know what I'm saying? They know this. Like this is this. Let's be honest. Like the optics of it is going, if he has such a strong young following, this is only going to charge them up, and it only makes it better for the future of the conservative party. So let's be honest, because his videos and rhetoric still is going to be out there. They're going to do everything they can to posterize it. He's going to be a poster child. They're going to be, build statues of this guy, stuff like that. So, and he's going to be in the history books, Trump and all them, their administration going to make sure that they remember this guy. So it's perfect actually for the conservatives, for the Republicans Party. It's sad, but these people, they operate in politics and in propaganda. They don't operate in feelings. You know what I'm saying? So just trust that everything they do is a political move. From the tweets to everything, everything's calculated, everything's planned out. Charlie Kirk may not have been in on it, but I'm telling you, that's how this world works, and that's how the country and politics work.
popularity of his podcast and his other social media work. Turning Point USA is considered the largest conservative youth movement in this country, holds conferences on a fairly regular basis that draw all the top names in Republican politics, be it the president, the vice president, on down, those that would like to be president one day. Understand they have to be cultivated.
That's a powerful, that's a powerful man, and Trump knows that. Trump is not, people don't understand, Trump is not a rookie to this politics game, man. He knows how to play the people. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to use the people. That's one thing I can give Trump his credit for. Like, he's not no slouch. He thinks 10 steps ahead. That's how he gets the way he gets to. And somebody like a Charlie Kirk would definitely tell Trump be in. I mean, he's dispensable. He's, in my opinion. But his message and his power and his reach isn't. So that's the mindset. You know, they can make 10 more Charlie Kirks. And I feel like that's how they feel. I feel like that's how they really, really feel. They can make more Charlie Kirks. So they modernize him and use his following to help with the next election. To get what's the dude? Trump's running mate as a president next election. Trump the vice president. So, but yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. It's been a wild damn day, man. Let me get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in with TNP, man. We got to do this shit again, man. It's a wild day, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in with TNP, man. Just hit that like button, subscribe, man. Show some love, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.